This video is made in the intention of being a no damage tutorial of the game. Feel free to use any of these strategies used in this video, but listen carefully before you can perform them successfully. Hello everybody, this is a no save no damage run of Resident Evil HD Remaster. Getting the ending 4 with Chris Redfield on hard difficulty at 60 FPS. This is the PC version of the game, by the way. Alright, so let's start. Before say what's going on with Chris Redfield, let's say what's going on with the game. So there are three main things you need to learn in order to make efficient runs on this game. The first one is to know how to stair skate. The stair skating is basically spam the run button while you are going up or going down the stairs. So you have to press as fast as you can the run button. The second thing you have to learn is how to pump cancel. The pump cancel is basically a cancellation of the recoil of the weapon. And it only works with the shotgun and with the grenade launcher. And the third thing you need to learn is when to use the D-pad and when to use the left stick with alternate controls, because there are two types of controls on this game, the classic ones and the alternate. The alternate controls only makes that the left stick will allow you to make a different type of movement and not only tank movement. So in this hallway you can easily dodge the zombie just by making the curve kinda perfectly. Then you go directly to the handgun bullets. Then you have to stop and stand up behind that statue, and when the zombie tries to grab you, you can go around him. And of course you have to pick up the arrow before doing all of that. Sometimes that zombie will be very docile and will never try to grab you and will continue walking. If that happens, then just go around him. The main goal is to have a space between the zombie and the hallway so you can pass. With Chris it's not possible to kill, well, it's possible, but it's not recommended to kill both zombies on this section. Only kill the first one, or make sure the first one is dead. And that's a really bad RNG because the zombie takes a lot of ammunition. And the second one, do not kill him. Sometimes you will get a crit, but not all the time. What you want to achieve here is to make the zombie fall down, so you have enough time to go and pick up the shotgun shells. And if the zombie's on your way out, wait until he stands up. But this wasn't the case. I even killed him. I got a really good RNG because I killed the second one. But if you don't kill him, just wait until he falls down and then go back and reset the room. By resetting the room, you will reset the spawn place and the aggro of the zombie. So the reason you cannot allow you to kill those two zombies, it's because you need to kill two more before you can get the shotgun. So right now we stair skate down and we go to this room. Then to the next room and only pick up the dagger in this room. You don't need to continue on the hallway, otherwise there will be dogs the second time you come and you have to come to this place a second time after you pick up the broken shotgun. So only pick up the dagger and leave the room, or leave the hallway. So Chris doesn't have a lockpick. Instead of a lockpick, Chris has a lighter. So because Chris doesn't have a lockpick, every door that you'll open with a lockpick, you have to open with a small key. So you have to find the small keys in the mansion in order to open those doors that you want to open. This zombie, you have to kill him with the handgun as well. If you have God RNG like me, you will just decapitate the zombie, but that doesn't always happen. If you are not able to decapitate him and you just kill him, I recommend you, or strongly recommend you, to bring the kerosene the second time you come to that hallway, so you can incinerate that body, that zombie's body. Right here, as soon as the cutscene ends, just go around the table and stick close to that wall, so the zombie on the floor won't be able to grab you. Right here we start skate up and we go to this door. Do not open the door, just use the key, because by using the key you will be able to discard the key later in the game. And I'm sorry if you are hearing noises in the background. There are some construction on where I live. So by using the key on the door that I told you before, you are able to discard it right now. And it's very important to know how to discard as fast as you can the keys with Chris, because as you can see you have 2 item slots. So the item management with Chris is very important. Because we have 14 handgun bullets, it's almost impossible to not be able to kill the zombie on the floor. You will always kill that zombie. But in some cases you won't have enough ammo and you just have to start knifing the zombie and you will just kill him. Believe it or not, Chris has a lot of damage with the knife. Right here the zombie most of the time will be on the stairs, and if a zombie is on the stairs, will always vomit, won't grab you. So as long as you keep stair skating and you pass around the zombie, he will miss the vomit. The vomit inflicts damage, of course, but only if it hits you. On a very rare occasion, that zombie won't be in the stairs. This is not a really good RNG, but it's the most common RNG that can happen the second time you encounter this zombie. And just go around the pillar so you can have a free way out. The good RNG for the second encounter with that zombie after picking up the broken shotgun is that the zombie will be on the stairs, so you can just stair skate up and you will just avoid him completely. After you pick up the broken shotgun, that zombie will change his position. So we give you free pass to start pushing the statue. And the blue gem will give you shotgun shells. You will pick up the blue gem later in the game. Right now, because we already have the second key of the mansion, we can go and encounter Rebecca and Richard. But before doing that, go to the door that it's... Oh no, I'm sorry. We don't have that key. I'm drunk. I'm sorry. We have the broken shotgun, so we have to continue on the first floor. To enter to the garden where the chemical is, we need a small key. There's a small key on the bathroom instead of a dagger like with Jill. So after the cutscene, go directly to the bathtub, pick up the key, and then get out. The zombie cannot grab you when it's on the animation of standing up. And on this section, as long as you are fast, so you pick up the chemical and get out, the dogs shouldn't be a problem. So maybe you wonder, but it's not possible to just pick up the shotgun with Chris without the broken shotgun, because nobody will save you like with Jill. So it's mandatory to pick up the broken shotgun and leave it here right after you pick up the real shotgun. So since this point of the game, everything goes smoothly. With the shotgun it's less complicated. The first headshot with the shotgun will always decapitate the zombie, so that's why that zombie will always be decapitated. Right here, pick up the canteen, and the canteen is only useful for the last section of the game, for the laboratory. And there's a small key on the typewriter. Also save the knife and the handgun. They are not useful anymore, not until the guest house. This zombie, I strongly recommend you to shoot him in the legs. Do not shoot him directly, it's a waste of bullets. Because by shooting a zombie on the legs with the shotgun, you will disable him and you can pass around him when he's falling down. So that's the best thing you can do with the shotgun. And also it's very useful because you will avoid the zombie to become a Crimson Head, because you won't kill the zombie. Dodge for that zombie, it's always the same, the bolt zombie, not this one. It's the same way when you enter and when you're getting out. You have to do it very fast as soon as you enter to the hallway, I'm sorry. Right here, always remember the zombie changed his position, so you have to go always for this path. For the first dog section, sorry, excuse me. equip the shotgun, then use the whistle, and stand up right in this corner. And aim directly, do not aim down, it's not necessary. When the dog appears or is in front of you, shoot him, then pump cancel and shoot him again. That's the pump cancel. As you can see, I use the shotgun very quickly. So it was like there wasn't a recoil of the shotgun. Explaining how the pump cancel works just by saying it's very complicated. So I will leave in the comments, I'm sorry, in the description, an exact tutorial about how to pump cancel in this game. And right there I will show you my inputs, or maybe I will even show you the camera with how to use the controller with my bare hands. Right now, because we're going to the dining room, we can already pick up the blue gem. Alright, so right now we already have the second key. Before going for Richard, you have to go to this door. It's not necessary to enter unless you want the dagger. It's only necessary to use the key on the door and then go for Richard. I enter because I wanted that dagger. So maybe you noticed, but there's a lot of backtracking with Chris on the first mansion section, and even more for another damage run because you have to take a lot of not risky pathing, maybe you can say it. Of course, on a speedrun it's like way speedy, if you can say it, but that's because it's an speedrun, so you can take risks and you only have to take care about the speed and not about getting hit or getting damaged. Right here, save the shotgun shells because those 6 shotgun shells will be useful for the Elder Crimson Head fight. And after you pick up the serum, the zombie will change his position. He will be right there. If you don't want to use a defense item, or you don't want to shoot him on the legs, just lure him to the pillar and then go around the pillar. Easy peasy. So do not worry about the zombies, it's not possible they will grab you. They have to fully stand up before they can grab you. So there are 2 kinds of gems for this white tiger, the blue and the yellow. It's not like on the classic that you have to use the red one. The red one is for another thing in this game. The blue gem will give you shotgun shells and the yellow gem will give you the first ammo disc on the game. So thankfully we have to enter to the itchy tasty room with Chris, because there's one small key on this room. You open the closet, there's one zombie. You keep the shotgun. I strongly recommend you to shoot him in the legs. Do not shoot him directly, because sometimes you won't stun that zombie with a direct shot. And for the second one the same, shoot him in the legs. I didn't shoot him in the legs because I didn't have enough experience and I just killed him. The way to dodge that zombie in this hallway is always the same. You just have to stick close to the left wall. The zombie will be always far right. And I say it's always the same because we will come back to the hallway 2 more times in the game. After you save Richard, or you give the serum to Rebecca for Richard, you will get teleported to the first floor. To the save room that is on the first floor, where you pick up the serum. So you have to just backtrack again everything that you did before. It's the same, literally the same. So what I'm going to do right now, it's only because I like to do it, because it will help a lot for my item management and I won't have to go for a item box. I like to go to the crypt and use the first mask, and by doing this I will have the exact amount of item slots for picking up all the items before going to the Elder Crimson Head. So if you don't want to do this, it's okay. It will only take you a trip to an item box before you pick up Demon Crest. Or maybe you won't pick up Demon Crest because you want to make a run without the Magnum. That's up to you. To be honest, the Magnum is the best weapon you can have with Chris. And also the Assault Shotgun. The Assault Shotgun will be the best in terms of... because you will have more ammunition with that. With the Magnum you will have enough. So after you save Richard, there will be one zombie on that pillar. He will always be there. You can save the zombie or kill him. I recommend you to kill him, not disable him. Because if you don't kill him, he will enter when you light up the candles. And there's one more zombie on this hall. You can also disable him, use a defense item or kill him. That's up to you. It's like there's a lot of things you can do with zombies, different strats, different approaches. It's not like only one global thing you can do. And that's the beauty of this game, you can like make a lot of strats for every section of the game. You can even completely change the routing and make maybe a different route. Right here, do not pick up the wooden shield, because you won't have enough space. So just go directly to the piano room and make the puzzle and let Rebecca practice. So this is literally the same like on the classic. In order to advance the time for and give the Rebecca enough time to learn the music, you just have to leave the dining room and go to the main hall and then re-enter. And just by doing that, Rebecca will already learn the song on the piano.
Chris!
So after you put the golden shield on its place, there will be a puzzle on the clock. You only have to move the large gear to the left 2 times and then leave the puzzle. So maybe you won't believe it, but the first Yawn encounter with Chris is less complicated unlike with Jill. With Jill it's a little more complicated because you have to make more perfect movements. With Chris is way less complicated. So the only thing, or 2 things you have to do is, when it's a cutscene, move your left stick up. Just move it up. Pick up the mask and then move your left stick to the left. And by doing that you will always avoid Yawn and you can just get out. With the zombie that is on the hallway you can shoot him in the leg or you can just dodge him. I dodge him because I have enough space between him and the hallway. And I think because I didn't have shotgun shells. Because I waste them like an idiot on the 2 zombies on the missing notes. Oh no, I'm sorry, I wasted like an idiot on the Itchy Tasty room, yeah. The puzzle is always the same here, you have to always push the armors? Yeah, I think they are armors on the same order and then use the button in the middle. So right now, because I already used 1 mask on the crypt, I have enough space for this section, so I don't have to go to the item box. I can just go directly to the Moon Crest puzzle. So with Chris you have like 1-2 more seconds in order to leave the room, because Chris throws the wasp to the floor, so that gives you a little more time. But do not fuck around on the room, or the wasp will sting and it will count as damage, and the cutscene doesn't count as damage, of course. And we enter to this room because there's 1 small key that we need. Right now we will go to the item box before going for the fight with the Elder Crimson Head. And you only have to go and reload your shotgun. That's all you need. With Chris also there will be a zombie behind you when you are getting close to this door. It's like the game doesn't want to allow you to backtrack to the item box. And that only happens with Chris, of course. With Jill doesn't happen that there's only 1 zombie in that hallway. So with the Crimson Head with Chris, there's a lot of strats you can pull off. You can even kill him with only knife. It's insanely hard to do it with only a knife, of course. But I will just use the shotgun strat. So with the shotgun, what you have to do is equip the shotgun, get close to the Crimson Head and shoot him in the legs. Hopefully you will make him fall down. This wasn't the case, so if you don't make him fall down, just take space between you and the Crimson Head and then just wait until he slashes. When he slashes, take a little more space and aim and shoot. You just have to do that. It takes practice, it's not really simple to do, of course. And also pick up these handgun bullets, it's really important. So that's only the main thing you have to do. So right there, because I didn't have shotgun shells, I just have to use one defense item. You can even strap the zombies, if you want. So for the crowds you can run, but when you are in the middle of the crowds you have to walk, otherwise they will aggro and they will attack you. Only walk when you are in the middle of them. So I have shotgun shells, and why use defense items? Maybe the zombie was really close to me. Yeah, because I can only shoot that zombie in the legs and pass around him. Yeah, that's so fucked up. But anyway. Right here is the Magnum. So right there you can make the item management if you want. It's not really necessary, to be honest, because you can make the item management on the guest house. Alright, so for Lisa, just equip the Magnum, aim and shoot, then unequip the Magnum and run straight. Because Chris shoots faster the Magnum than Jill, it's basically impossible that Lisa will try to attack you. With Jill it's more common that Lisa will try to attack you. But as long as you get close to the wall before leaving the house, you should be okay. The zombie is always the same, just go around the trees, should be okay. The zombie can 180-degree grab, or he can even be in front of you and will vomit you and won't grab you. For every case scenario is the same way to avoid him. Alright, so for the second dog section, you need to equip the Magnum as soon as the cutscene ends, as lunk, sorry. And then go backwards until the wall doesn't let you go backwards anymore, and when the dogs appear on the camera, just shoot. There are 3 dogs on this particular section of the game. On a very rare occasion, you will kill 2 dogs with just 1 Magnum bullet. But most of the time you have to kill 3 of them with 1 Magnum bullet each. Right here I stick close to the left wall because I don't want to aggro the crowds. The snakes right here, I don't think it's possible they can bite you. I never stand up, I figure it out, I always continue running. Alright, so for the guest section, the only weapon you need is the handgun. You don't need any other weapon. So save everything else and just pick up the handgun. You will use almost all the time 6 handgun bullets. Maybe you can use 8, but not more than 8. I think it's impossible to use more than 8. For the spider section, you just need to enter to the room as fast as you can. I'm sorry, you need to enter and leave the room as fast as you can. As long as you do it fast, you should be okay. This is a good RNG because the spider wasn't facing me, so I didn't need to go around the spider. So there are a lot of things you can do on this bathroom as well, but the main goal is to lure the zombie inside the bathroom, so the zombie will stay in the bathroom forever. You can strap him or use a defense item, or you can even shoot him in the leg with the shotgun if you bring the shotgun. But by leaving the zombie in the bathroom, he will stay in the bathroom forever, so you will have free pass on that room. So there's a little difference here, unlike with Jill. You can pick up the self-defense gun if you want later, after you pick up the control key. Because for some reason the zombie that is hanging on on the roof or on the ceiling will never fall down. But that's only with Chris. So with Chris the order doesn't matter, but with Jill it matters. Now that I'm thinking about, maybe the developers do that because they know that the management with Chris is hard. So maybe they say someone will fuck up and will pick up the control key and maybe won't have enough space for the self-defense gun, so we have to give them a chance and go for an item box and make some space and then come back and go for the self-defense gun. So right there I was showing a Twitch viewer how the D-pad movement works and how the left stick alternate control movement works. Alright, so for the shark section, just equip the self-defense gun, aim, shoot, then unequip it and keep the handgun and shoot 6 times, or maybe more, depends. When you hear the wave on the water, or you see the animation of the shark dying, you just leave the room and re-enter. The reason you leave the room and re-enter is because you want to de-aggro Neptune, so you can just run freely and do not worry about Neptune eating you. It's very simple on hard difficulty because you have the auto aim, so Chris will always aim to the little sharks. It's a little more complicated on Real Survivor and Invisible Enemy because on those difficulties or on those game modes you don't have the auto aim. The puzzle right here is always the same. First the control that's up, then the one on the right, then the one on the left, then go to the old pressure, then go back the one to the right, then go back to the left, and then up, and that's it. The old pressure puzzle, it's random. It can be number 1, 2 or 3. If you want to know the exact number, you have to examine the papers that are on the left of the ladder. But I just like to try my luck and just try one of the 3 numbers. It's only 3 numbers, so why not just try your luck?
Reaching 50% of pressure threshold. Activate emergency drainage system immediately.
So because we saved Richard in the mansion, we can pick up his assault shotgun on this part of the game. So the difference between the assault shotgun and the normal shotgun are that assault shotgun has less recoil. You can reload 10 shotgun shells on the assault shotgun. On the normal one you can only reload 6. And there's more chance that you will decapitate zombies with the assault shotgun, and of course you inflict more damage with the assault shotgun. Excuse me. So anyway, for Neptune you have two options. You can just throw the panel and then electrocute Neptune, or you can just perform the speedrun strat. That will save you like 10 seconds maybe. But the speedrun strat is risky because Neptune can eat you if you don't move correctly, and it will be game over because you will die. You won't just take damage. So with Chris it's possible to make the B-Jolt. Rebecca can make the B-Jolt, but that's only possible if you let Richard die in the mansion. But if you let Richard die in the mansion, you won't be able to pick up the assault shotgun, so I don't really recommend you to do that, because the B-Jolt will only make one phase of the Plant 42, and you will have also to fight the Plant 42 anyway, so it's not worth it at all, to be honest. But maybe if you wonder if it's possible to make the B-Jolt with Chris, it's possible. The reason we are coming back to the save room is because we need to pick up the Magnum and pick up all the shotgun shells and the shotgun. And also you can pick up the other shotgun because those two shotgun shells will be useful for the snakes section. But I just decided it's better to bring the Magnum bullets. So right now just go directly and pick up the insecticide and leave the room. If you stay long enough on this room, the wasp will sting you, of course. So don't go fuck around on this room. After you pick up the map, exit the map, do not press the confirm button, or Chris will read a document and the wasp will come out from that hole and will sting you. So just get out of the map and go to your inventory and use insecticide. Alright, so the Plant 42 fight, there are plenty of strats as well. But surprisingly, the fastest strat is the more consistent and safest strat. So the fastest strat with Chris is with the Magnum. You can kill the Plant 42 with just 5 Magnum bullets, if you perform it correctly. Right there, the white book it glitched out because I cancelled the reading of the white book. It's only a visual glitch. It's not a glitch that will give me any kind of advantage. So don't think about it. It's only visual. Alright, so you skip the cutscene, go directly to the ladder on the left. Staircade up, you stand up on this specific spot, you equip the Magnum, and then you have to hear 2 sounds. That sound that the Plant 42 makes, it means it will attack with his tentacle. And the first sound it makes, it means that the Plant 42 opens its core. So those are the 2 sounds you have to learn. The sound that the Plant 42 makes when open its core, and the sound when it makes when it's about to attack you with his tentacle. The Plant 42 will always attack after throwing acid, so you can keep in mind that. Right now I'm watching if the core is open or it's closed, so I can know when the Plant 42 make the sound again, so I can start shooting. Because I didn't know if because it's the same sound when open the core and when closes the core. So I was a little confused, so that's why I changed the camera and look if it was open or closed. And as you can see, it's only 5 magnum bullets if you do it correctly. So the main goal is to learn the sounds that the plant 42 make. Once you learn the sounds that the plant 42 make, the fight will become easier.
Oh, you scared me. You okay?
Yeah, it's dead. But...
So the only reason I came back to the same room is because I want to waste those last 2 shotgun shells on the first shotgun, because that shotgun won't be useful anymore in the game. But I don't want to just leave those 2 shotgun shells, you know, so I will use those 2 shotgun shells on the snakes. But first the dogs. For the dogs, just equip the magnum, aim and shoot, and then wait for the second dog. When the second dog appears in the camera, shoot him. On a very rare occasion, the second dog won't die with just 1 magnum bullet. If that happens, just kill him with the shotgun. Do not waste another magnum bullet. It's totally a waste. So this is the hardest section. Start running, make the curve, and stand up on this corner. Equip the shotgun, aim and shoot. Then get close to the right, the 2 snakes jump, or maybe just appear, aim down and shoot. Bait the jump of the 4th snake, and then go around the snake. Sometimes the snakes won't make the sound when they jump, and they will just appear like maybe on the floor directly, or they will jump without making a sound. So the sound and the visual, it's your best friend. And I completely forget to use those 2 shotgun shells, so I just pick up the shotgun in vain. Alright, second mansion section start. The first hunter just ignore him, enter to this room, stick close to this wall. If the hunter go backwards, you are free to start shooting. You have to shoot him while you make pump cancel, otherwise the hunter will attack you. And then just wait for the second hunter that when he lands, start shooting and make pump cancel as well. There's some RNG with the first hunter on this room. Sometimes the first hunter won't go backwards and will just stay in your face. It's possible to shoot him directly, but you take the risk that he will slash you immediately before you can attack. If that happens, just take space between you and the hunter. That's the most safe strat you can pull off if that RNG happens. Alright, for the second section of the spiders, just keep running, and before you encounter the third one, stick close to the left wall. It's 100% consistent. These zombies, you can do a lot of things as well. I like to kill them because I have plenty of shotgun ammo. So I just like to have some fun. I wasn't really sure that zombie that was dead, but I can see barely the blood on the floor, so that's why, or on the water, excuse me. So that's why I know he was dead. So that's a main rule for zombies. If a zombie's on the floor and it's bleeding, it means it's completely dead. Like in the classic. Right here, run, then start walking for the camera change. When the zombie goes far right, you just stick close to the left and you shoot him. You should avoid him, or you should avoid the 180-degree grab, right? So to be honest, I don't remember if in this ending you have to save Jill. I think you don't have to. I think you just have to pick up the red gem, because you have to, I think, escape alone. But you need to let the Rekka die on the Heliport fight. Spoilers, I'm sorry. If I remember correctly, this is the ending. The ending 4 is about that. Dude, there are 6 endings, so it's really hard to remember what I have to do for each ending. I'm sorry. But we need to make some space on our inventory, so that's why I just go to the save room. So just do everything. Reload your shotgun, and save the red book, save the magnum bullets, and pick up the bulb. You need the battery, the shotgun, the mansion key, and the bulb. You can even pick up shotgun shells if you want, as long as it's not more than 8. Because on Yawn fight, Yawn you will only take you 8 shotgun shells. On hard difficulty it's always 8, because you have the auto aim, so it's virtually impossible for you to miss shots. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you will need the red gem. So when excuse me, you know the English, dude. So when you don't pick up the yellow gem, there won't be hunters on the hallway downstairs. The hunters only spawn when you pick up the yellow gem. And the yellow gem, it's only useful to pick up the ammo disc. Because it's an ending when we don't have to save Jill. You don't need the ammo disc, so you don't need the yellow gem. Alright, so for your fight, equip the shotgun before you enter to the cutscene. It's a cutscene, so as soon as you regain control of Chris, aim and shoot 3 times. After the first shot, go to this corner and aim and shoot 2 times. Then go down the ladder. After you go down the ladder, run until the camera changes and stop. and aim and shoot 3 times. And Yawn is dead, always. The main goal is that you don't have to run more after you pick the camera change on the floor, on the first floor. That's like the hardest part of this fight. Because if you run a little more on the camera change, it's possible that Yawn will bite you. So before we leave in the mansion, we need to go for the... I don't know what the hell is that room. It's a room with a big window. But we have to go there because the jewelry box, it's on that room. So this is the last door. You can use the mansion key, so you can just discard it, and that will give you enough space to pick up that jewelry box. You can do several things with this zombie. I like to kill him, because believe me, it's very fun to kill zombies with the shotgun, and even more when you decapitate them, even if that here is psychopathic. It's pretty funny, man. It's a game. Have fun. Make yourself a favor, please. But anyway, this is the last thing before the mansion 2. So right now we will go for the mines section of the game. But before that we have a last encounter with a hunter and a last encounter with the snakes. This hunter, you can kill him if you want. I just like to avoid him. It's very simple. You just run straight, then stick close to the left wall and go directly to the door, and you will avoid him like that. It's 100% consistent. And right here, do not pick up that that emblem. It's not necessary, not right now. So for the snakes, it's very simple because we already killed the first one on the corner and the second and third one on the right. The only snakes that can give you a problem is the fourth one, the last one. What you have to do is, while you are going up the ladder, move your left stick to the left. So Chris will immediately move to the left after he ends up going up the ladder. And just by doing that, you will avoid that snake. The other snake shouldn't be a problem as long as you keep running or continue running. So the mine section on Resident Evil 1 Remake reminds me a lot of Arrange mode on the classic. It's very similar because you have to avoid the same amount of enemies. And also because the bulb is on Enrico's body. spoiler alert, I'm sorry. It's like I spoil you everything and then I say spoiler alert. Damn that, dude. So anyway, this hunter just keep running and go around him. The hunter will always scream like an idiot before trying to attack you. So that's the enough time window you need to avoid him. Now there are 2 hunters that spawn on this section. Just stick close to this wall and make the curve as soon as you can. And you should be okay. So the only enemy we will kill on this section is Black Tiger. So for the Black Tiger on hard difficulty you need 4 magnum bullets. Or any difficulty you need 4 magnum bullets. But on hard difficulty it's virtually impossible for you to miss a shot, so you will always just use 4 bullets. On real survivor and invisible enemy you can miss some shots because you don't have the auto aim. But that's not the case here, so just in case I reload my magnum fully, or fully reload my magnum. So with Chris it's very important you pick up the flamethrower right now, otherwise there will be a hunter on the flamethrower if you try to pick it up after the Black Tiger fight. So just pick it up right now. Alright, so there are 2 RNGs you can have with the Black Tiger. The Black Tiger can jump or can stay on its place. For both RNGs it's the same strat. You have to move your left stick to the left and a little down, so Chris will go like left down. And if you have luck enough, the Black Tiger will jump and you have 3-4 shots and you will just kill him. If the Black Tiger won't jump, the Black Tiger will maybe speed acid or will hold its acids. And you can perform the same strat, just keep shooting because the Black Tiger won't like immediately try to attack you. It's 100% consistent, by the way. And of course use the flamethrower in order to destroy the spider web, so you don't have to pick up the knife. And to be honest, I'm not really sure if there's a knife with Chris. There should be a knife. So remember, outside the Black Tiger room there's one hunter. Just keep running and go directly to the door. and you should be okay. Also remember there are 2 hunters on the same room that we dodged them before. The dodge is the same. It's the same for the way in and the way out. So just stick to this wall and make the curve as fast as you can. And you should be okay as well. It's 100% consistent. I never got hit on that part, to be honest. The worst thing can happen to you is that you stuck on the second hunter hitbox, and that will only happen if you don't make the curve correctly. So I like to call this section the Lisa's Labyrinth. The main goal here is know where to spawn Lisa. When you know where to spawn Lisa, everything will be easy. Or easier, excuse me. And I like to call it the Labyrinth because it's very simple to get lost. So on the way out you have the staircase down, you spawn this on the left, and then you can continue. So the second time you enter is the same, you have to make spawn Lisa on the left. There's a little thing you have to take into account. Maybe Lisa will try to go directly to the right when you make her spawn. If that happens, just lure him a little. Otherwise you will be on your way before you put the flamethrower, and it can get a little risky. So the zombie on the forest sits on the same place. The strat is the same as always, just go around the trees and you should be okay. Do not get scared. That's the main thing you have to take into account for the whole game, not only for that part. And believe it or not, for this zombie, if you just run straight, he will always miss his grab. Even with Jill, even at 120 FPS. Right here, do not forget pick up the emblem. I completely forget. Do not be like me, because I will have to backtrack. The hunter is on the right now, so that's why you have to reset the room and then re-enter, and the hunter will be in front of us, so we have a free way to the Spencer office. So for this ending we need to save Rebecca right now. So just pick up everything. There are shotgun shells, there's the emblem, and there is a hand grenade. And then go to the save room. On the save room, pick up the Magnum, if you don't have it. But because we have it, we can just go directly. For the zombie's still on the hallway and it's not a Crimson Head, so you can make him or let him grab you, or you can shoot him in the leg with the shotgun. But because I already use defense items, I don't care to keep using them. So after the cutscene, just aim and shoot. If you are lucky enough, the hunter will die with just one magnum bullet. If you are not lucky, he will die with two. For some reason, I don't know why, I completely forget I have to shoot. And I get close to him. Thankfully, I killed the hunter, and the hunter didn't hit me with his hitbox, and for some reason I'm watching the butt of the zombie. It glitched out right there. That was really funny, man. I just remember when I was making this run, I was with a friend, and I said, what the fuck, dude? What is that?
Stay cool. Use your better judgment.
But I just, as soon as the cutscene ends, aim and shoot 2 times or 1 time if you are lucky. Do not get close to the hunter.
I didn't mean to get you worried.
Okay, so right now we can continue with the game. I think right now I will figure it out that I forget the emblem. No, I didn't. So I will waste a lot of time, man, because I will go to the main hall, I will use the emblem, and then I will figure it out. I completely forget to pick up the other emblem. Do not do that, just pick up the emblem before you enter to the first hunter. So the best weapon you can have against Lisa is the Magnum, because the Magnum is the only weapon that can stun Lisa with just one bullet. But we just have one, so we just will save that Magnum bullet for the Chimera. So there are plenty of strats as well. For every boss fight in this game there are plenty of strats you can use, and all the strats are risky and maybe are faster. They have like their good thing and their bad thing. So the strat I would use is just about avoiding Lisa. It's not about shooting her. I won't shoot her, because you can stun Lisa with the shotgun, but it will take you between 2, 3 or even 4 shotgun shells. So I don't really recommend you. So after the cutscene, go directly to left stun, start pushing. The first stun is always free. Then here starts the RNG. Get close to the top and then go for the right stun, I'm sorry. For some reason I got iframes right there. Lisa wasn't able to hit me. That's pretty strange. I don't know why it happened. And then continue pushing, because Lisa is not jumping. She's like with aggro with Wesker, because Wesker was shooting her. And there's also another important thing you have to take into account for this fight, that if Lisa throws Wesker from the platform, Wesker will appear on the laboratory, so that won't affect the ending that you're making. It's not like with Jill you have to take care of Barry. Here you don't have to take care about Wesker. Wesker can fall down from the platform. So for the laboratory section, pick up the canteen and all the weapons you have with ammo, except the handgun. Fill up the canteen with kerosene and then go directly for the first zombie. Try to decapitate every zombie, but if you are not able to decapitate them, it's okay. That's why you have the canteen. So we don't decapitate 2 zombies, maybe, or hopefully we'll decapitate the third one. That's cool. Yeah, nice. So just incinerate the other 2 zombies that are not decapitated. The reason we decapitate, I'm sorry, the reason we incinerate the bodies is because it's very possible that they will become a Crimson Head after the Tyrant fight. So they could be a problem. It's not impossible to avoid the Crimson Heads, of course, but it's a little risky. There's one more zombie that you have to take care about if you don't decapitate him. So there's one more zombie that you have to incinerate if you don't decapitate him, and it's this zombie. The other 2 zombies that we will kill after this one, is not necessary to incinerate them. For the computer, the login is Yawn, the password is Ada, and the second password is Cell. You have to open both B2F and B3F, it doesn't matter which ending you are making. So because we don't need the ammo disc, it's not necessary to make some item management before coming to this room. So just press 8462, pick up the laboratory key and continue with the game. So the laboratory key opens exactly just 2 doors. One will give you access to the first activation of the ammo disc, but will also give you access for 6 shotgun shells. And the other door will give you access to the continuation of the game. I like to enter to this room first because we can pick up some shotgun shells here. So just push 3 times the shell and then pick up the shotgun shells and then leave. You will hear a Chimera in this room, and the Chimera of course can enter, but only if you stay long enough. This is the penultimate zombie that we have to kill. It's okay if you don't decapitate him, just kill him. And do not care about the zombie that is behind you. That zombie will never grab you, unless you like stand upright and wait for him to come to you. Right here, run until you are in the corner of that white arrow, aim and shoot. It's more consistent than the strat that I use with Jill, that I walk to that specific spot. It's like more unlikely that the Chimera will give you a bad RNG. And it's only necessary to kill that Chimera, the other Chimeras is not necessary to kill them. That zombie will despawn after you end with the Chimera section, so after you activate the elevator. Here's the last zombie we will kill in the game. Also, it's not necessary to incinerate him or decapitate him, it's only necessary to kill him. And also, as you know, just wait until the zombie bleeds. If the zombie bleeds, it means it's 0 HP if you are not using the SRT tool. When you pick up the nitroglycerin, you cannot run. You can like walk 3 steps and run 3 steps, and I think that's the speedrun strat. But because it's not a speedrun, just walk. Alright, so after you put the nitroglycerin on its place, you can start running. The Chimera section, to be honest, are less complicated than on the classic. It's basically you just have to keep running. You don't have to avoid any auto attacks unless you are on an ending that you have to save Jill. You will just have to avoid 1 auto attack. But because we don't have to save Jill in this ending, it's only about running. You enter to this room from the left, and then you leave from this side. Yeah, exactly. And as you can see, it's only running. It's not like insanely hard to learn. Now, as you can see, the zombie despawned, but we will enter to the save room because there are 6 shotgun shells on this room. The exact amount that you need for the Tyrant on the laboratory is 7 shotgun shells. You will kill with 7 shotgun shells that Tyrant. But you will also need some shotgun shells for the Tyrant on the Heliport. No, you won't need it because this is an end that you don't have to save Reka, so you will see it. And right there I was like completely lost, because the exact place you have to go is here.
Chris!
Rebecca!
I saw you in the inner garden. I finally caught up.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. No more following. Just stay with me, kid.
That's my plan, sir.
Alright, so the Tyrant fight starts, quick turn, and then go to this place, start walking, and wait until the Tyrant appears behind you. When the Tyrant appears, get close to the wall, equip the shotgun, and aim and shoot 3 times. You can shoot 4 times, but 4 it's being greedy, so just shoot 3 times. Take some space between you and the Tyrant and shoot him 2 times. Keep making some space between you and the Tyrant and keep shooting. And then go back to the same place as the beginning of the fight. Wait until the Tyrant appears behind you, stick close to the wall, aim and shoot. And the Tyrant is dead. As you can see, it's only 7 shotgun shells. Because this is a fight where Rebecca is on the floor, there's not a key on Wesker's body.
Chris?
What is...
So there are no more enemies to take care about, or care about. There's one Chimera on this section, and you can trigger the Chimera appearance, I think if you stick close to the left wall. But I think it's very rare that the Chimera will appear unless you like stay on that hallway. I'm not really sure, to be honest. So on this ending you have to let the Tyrant kill Rebecca. So because you have to let the Tyrant kill Rebecca, you have to make a little variation to the cheese. We'll make the cheese on exactly 1 minute, not on 45 seconds. And hopefully the Tyrant will give us a good RNG and we'll instantly grab Rebecca. We will see, I don't remember. I made like this run a month ago, so I'm sorry, to be honest I don't remember. So yeah, it's just about waiting. So the way where I stand up or you stand up is not it won't affect the fight or it won't affect the RNG of the Tyrant, so it doesn't matter where you stand up. I just stand up right there because I used to think that it matters, but it doesn't matter. So there are 2 main things you have to take into account. If the Tyrant grabs immediately Rebecca, you will have to dodge 1 auto attack of the Tyrant because you plus 15 seconds to the cheese. If the Tyrant doesn't grab Rebecca, you are completely good because the Tyrant will start hitting Rebecca and that will give you enough time for Brad to throw you the rocket launcher and you won't have to avoid any auto attack from the Tyrant. I'm pretty sure the fucking Tyrant will give me the RNG of grabbing her. It's like when you want the Tyrant to do something, the Tyrant will do the opposite thing. Always. It doesn't matter. It's like you will always have bad luck on this section or on this boss fight. But anyway, there's just 20 more seconds to wait. I'm sorry, 3 more seconds because it's on minute 1, yeah. I'm dumb. So minute 1, just use the flare and then pray for God. Nah, I'm joking. In order to avoid a Tyrant auto attack, you only have to run through his right arm, so his arm that is not mutated. Believe it or not, the Tyrant will always be the auto attack if you do that.
You okay?
Yeah.
Even if it looks like you want, because the Tyrant like ran insanely fast. But anyway, the fight starts and let's see which RNG you have. Just end up on that place. But yeah, the Tyrant grabs Rebecca, so the Tyrant has to charge, then we'll kill Rebecca. And keep in mind this, the Tyrant always clean the blood from his arm before it kills the partner. So it cleans the blood, and then it will face you, and then it will start running. When it starts running, just run through his right arm, and the Tyrant will miss the auto attack, and then go directly to the rocket launcher. Pick up the rocket launcher, equip the rocket launcher, aim and shoot. It's enough time. No, I think it's not. Yeah, it's enough time. And yeah, because you didn't shoot any other weapon to the Tyrant will just die with one rocket. And that's it. This was Resident Evil HD Remaster without saving and without taking any damage, getting the ending 4 with Chris Redfield on hard difficulty at 60 FPS on the PC version of the game. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you like, hope you enjoyed, hope you learn. I'm Ares, and I see you next time.
Chris, you did a fine job.